Hello, hello. We are back. It is Dilyns Dive Bar Season 3. We took a little break, which is why we gave y'all the refills, but now we are back. The dive bar is open for business. I'm your host, Randy, aka Elaine Dillon, and we are back in the dive bar. If this is your first time joining in, Dilyns Dive Bar is about community conversations and cocktails. So we have conversations that bring about a better version of ourselves. We are a community that helps each other with that. And of course, what would the dive bar be without cocktails? So we have a good one here for you tonight. Tonight, my special guest is a young man named Nydell Nalls. He is taking over the acting industry, and we're going to talk with him in a second. So for our quick dip tonight, we are going to get right into it. First off, we want to send all prayers and thoughts to the family of Angie Stone, who just passed recently. And we definitely want to say that we will miss her, that we appreciate the artistry that she did for us, and just shout out to her family and everybody that loved her. And we as the community will miss her, but we just got to remember to keep celebrating one another. Now, our next quick dip, let's talk about Black spirits. And I don't mean ghosts, okay? Not talking about Casper. I'm talking about the spirit industry with liquors, wines, beers. Black communities are taking over these industries. So tonight we are featuring a tequila from a Black producer. This is Sincora, and this is made by Michael Jordan. So if you've never had this tequila, we're going to be trying that tonight. This, it was a gift, so don't judge a girl. Yeah, we've been drinking on it. But this is the Reposado. So Reposado, for those of you, if this is your first time joining the dive bar, Reposado tequilas are aged. They've been aged for at least 2 months. So they give a different flavor to the tequila. All right, so let's get into our special guest this evening. He is an Aquarius. Y'all know I already get down with Aquarius squad. And he is coming to us to talk to us about his amazing career. He actually started off as one of my students here at the bartending school. If you don't know by now, you need to be at ABC Bartending School, okay? Amazing things happen. Amazing people roll through. You might want to come check out the bartending school, all right? So he started off here, and he did that kind of as a speed bump on the way to his amazing career and greatness. So why don't we bring in Mr. Nydell Nalls? What's up?
Hello.
How are you?
Good to see you.
All right. So y'all can't tell, but this man smells amazing right now. And I love smell good. So we're going to talk about your amazing career. Welcome to the dive bar.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
So talk to the people about what you have been doing. Like, you have literally been all over the place. I'm so freaking proud of you.
Thank you.
So I've seen you in your first feature film.
Yes.
We've seen you in commercials.
Yep.
And now you're on a soap opera.
Yes.
Talk to us about this.
So I've been pretty busy, as you can tell. We finally made it out the group chat. You know, me and Randy, we play around a lot with our schedules, but we're both busy, so I understand. But I'm just definitely excited, where my career is going, and like all the opportunities that's coming in, and all the blessings that's rolling in. Like, I just can't thank God enough. Like, that's really who granted me like this gift.
Absolutely.
So I'm just really grateful for like all these experiences and what's to come.
I love it. And we're definitely going to talk about what's to come, because the man has a serious resume already, y'all. So we're definitely going to be talking about that. But first things first, of course, we got to make cocktails.
Let's do it.
At the dive bar. Now, as his teacher, I'm expecting great things to come up from this side of the screen.
I might be a little rusty.
No.
Just a little bit.
But you embarrassed now in front of these
but
people.
I know.
All right, so we're going to be making margaritas.
Okay.
Now, I could not get your black raspberry, but I did get you raspberry.
Perfect.
So let's start making them. All right, so we have our glass. You got your ice.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to pour our ice in. All right. Yes, that much ice, okay? Because we know what we're doing. Stop playing with us. All right?
I like a little light ice, like a little tipsy.
What did I teach you in class?
Oh, yeah.
What did I teach you in
Not
class?
to get drunk.
1, and 2, more ice means less mixer.
True.
See,
So let
they
me
leave me and forget all my good teaching, all my good knowledge.
I didn't forget. I got you.
All right. So we have our tequila, as I like to call it, tequila. Mind your business.
Tequila.
All right. I know you're not gonna put it down. All right. So I'm gonna just pour mine because I'm grown. You pour however much you want.
Okay. You said it's Michael Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
He's a man of many businesses, I will say. Should be fun.
All right. So for those of you who do not know, there is an orange flavor in tequila. So we have a little triple sec. Oh, he's grown today.
Mm-hmm.
Will somebody get a birthday sweater? They just all the way grown.
Well, it's spilled a little bit, but you know you gotta kind of get your counts in.
All the way grown. This is what we literally did in class. I literally yelled at them all the time. All the time.
We had so much fun. And
they all called me. They'd be like, oh my God, I hear you in my head. It's not 1 o'clock. Turn it up. So we're going to add just a little raspberry syrup for a little raspberry flavor, a little razzle-dazzle. You can add as much or as little as you want to.
I don't like mine too sweet, so I just get it for the color.
I can respect that. I don't like overly sweet as well. Yeah. And then, of course, we're going to end with our sour mix.
Yep.
Sour mix is a combination of citrus, a little sweetness. We're going to put that in.
It's one of the most important things for, like, mixed drinks.
It is. All right. So we're going to roll this right on into the speed cup. And for y'all that don't know, rolling is just another form of mixing. As long as it's mixed. You ain't put a whole lot of raspberry in yours, so you might not need to mix it as much. Yeah. All right. So we got our raspberry margaritas. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yes. All right.
That's amazing.
It's very good.
It's amazing.
And it's not too sweet.
It's actually better. It's actually better than the black raspberry. I mean, was it blackberry?
Mm-hmm.
Blackberry, yeah.
I try, y'all. I try to do what I can. This is actually really good.
Yeah, it is.
All right. So we got to talk about it.
Let's do it.
Your feature film, Antoine. Talk to us about Antoine. What's that about?
So last year, it actually just made a year, February 24th. Antoine was my first feature film, and just preparing for that role was just so amazing because like I had so many like expectations for the film, but I didn't realize that the expectations that I had were really for myself.
Yeah.
So that I had to like really like get in shape and like practice. Like I was practicing in the mirror. I was like staying up. I was driving with no music. Like you got to really get into character. So It was something that I really learned like what it's like to be like a real actor. Like it's different when you do like background work. Like when I was working with BMF or when I did some things with Raising Canaan. But now it's like it's all about me. I was front and center, and my director Jordan Marcel, he always told me at the time, he's like, yeah, it's all about you. So the supporting cast is going to go for you. So, you have to shine. You got to shine. You got to
bring that energy.
Yeah, so that's what I did. And preparing for that role is really interesting because, I saw a lot of myself in the character. He's like the guy who wants to do right or like he just, but things come throughout his journey and he just has to, face his fears and become a man. And I feel like that's what I had to do, even making it this far, moving to Atlanta from Jersey and being here for 3 years, going on 4 years and, like, being by myself, but putting myself out there and not being comfortable with my situation and just like being okay with not being comfortable all the time.
Right.
Because you never know what's on the other side of that. And some great things have happened.
Absolutely. You got to move out of the comfort zone, y'all. You got to move out of the comfort zone. Now, we do have a little bit of the trailer of Antoine. So, will you play that for us? Let's look at the trailer for Antoine.
Hey, Ma, you hear me? Where you at? Ma, what'd you do? No, you gotta wake up. What's wrong? What happened, Ma? Please, no, please. Somebody help me. Somebody help. Please.
I took my late friend's son, Antoine.
Does he have any family support at all?
None at all.
Antoine, what's up, nigga? You all right? What you about to do? Where you going? No shit, rough out here.
So what's your plan?
Survive. Bro, that was that motherfucker T right there. He think he'll be serving on that corner. That shit over with. Shit, let's go. Run, get back, run! Go!
I try to do the right thing. Some days it's over and done with.
I don't want you to fall victim to these streets. So you're gonna have to choose a route to take.
Once you do this, ain't no turning back. Nobody gonna come save us, bro. Only the strong gonna survive out here.
had to free my mind from thinking that survival was the only way. But let me ask you something, Antoine. How free do you want to be?
Look at you.
We did it.
I love it. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about the story of Antoine.
Yeah. So it's basically about a kid, and he has some unfortunate losses in his life with his mom and his brother, and he basically is left alone, like on his own. And he has somebody that was really close to his mom that takes him under her wing, and basically like he's in a household with like other kids and stuff, and he's basically trying to adjust, but he's really just not like receptive to love. He's not receptive to just anything. So he's basically trying to find his way, and he ends up going down like the wrong path by trusting somebody that he thought was, supposed to be there and help him and guide him, but they actually just kind of had like an ulterior motive.
Right.
And towards the end of the film, you start to see like Antoine progress into like, I don't want to say something that he's not, but he kind of does take a turn for like the worst, but you can kind of see like the adversity going on where he's trying to make the right decisions and he's trying to be there for certain people, or people are trying to be there for him, but he just doesn't really know how to like maintain and engage all of that stuff. So it's definitely very interesting to play that character. I've never been in the streets, some of my family have, but for me to play that character, what I like to say is like when I accept the role is like I'm acting on behalf of everyone. So maybe something that I may not have done, but I have to tap in. So I like to like listen to other people's stories and like to talk to other people. Like I watched a lot of documentaries before filming this movie, and my director made me read a book before we actually filmed. It's called Making Up a Menace, and it's about a guy who went to prison when he was like 14 years old.
Wow.
But he's from the Washington D.C. area, and they don't have like I don't want to be incorrect, but they don't have like a regular prison, so they have like federal prisons because like DC is I guess under the federal government or whatever.
Gotcha.
And so going to federal prison when you're a teenager, that's tough. Like it's people in there for crazy stuff.
Right.
And they basically all got like shipped around to different parts of like the country and stuff. So their family wasn't able to visit them and stuff like that. So it was just definitely like a lot for me to take in, to learn these stories and just kind of like embody that and bring it to life.
I love it. So as a Black man in America, when we look at films like Antoine, what are key points that our young men can take away from those movies?
I would definitely say like trusting yourself and like knowing that there's other alternatives to life to, be successful. Like you don't have to sell drugs or you don't have to do anything that anybody else is doing. And I think that sometimes in the Black community, like a lot of Black men kind of get caught into the web of like trying to fit a stereotype and not necessarily like being a gangster, but that's just anything. Mm-hmm. But it's like Black men, we're multifaceted. We can be anything. We can be doctors. We can be lawyers. We can own a freaking gas station, but you just have to have that capacity to be able to understand that you can do these things, even if your environment isn't the best, there's a way out of it. So that's just something that I think that a lot of people can learn. Because even for myself to leave Jersey City, New Jersey, like that's not nobody from there is doing what I'm doing. So for me, it was like stepping out on like a leap of faith. Mm-hmm. But it's like when you trust God and you trust yourself and you know that you can do things, you put your mind to it. I'm very like good with like writing things down, and like the more that I believe it is like the more that it's coming true. So I just want to let other people know out there that like if you believe it, you can achieve it.
Absolutely. Now let's talk about how we prepare. So, a lot of people have like vision boards, or they have like pictures or like sayings they put up. What's something you do to help with like keeping your mental clarity?
For me, I definitely say like music.
You're such an Aquarius.
Yeah, like music definitely gets me through like a lot of stuff. Like literally, I could find a song that I like and that I love, or I'll just play it all day. Like I won't play any other song until I get it out of my head. Because if not, it's gonna be in my head all day. Like, it's like an obsessive compulsive disorder or something. I don't know, but that's just how like I learned to like feel what I'm feeling, and also like talking to people like close to me that I know I can trust, that don't judge. Being vulnerable and like being able to understand like my feelings and how things make me feel, or whatever the case may be. Just having like multiple outlets where I don't feel like I have to bottle things in, or I don't feel like I have to struggle with basic things that, like, you know, if you just talk and let people know, you can work through it. So that's something that definitely helps me. And like before I moved to Georgia, this was in 2020 when I graduated from Virginia State. I wrote out this list, and it was like 2021 goals, and it was like buy a new car, move to Atlanta, save $10,000, start a business, be a part of a big project. It was like be more understanding, like listen more than I talk. It was like a bunch of things that I just wanted to do for myself, and I didn't know how I was going to do it, you know. But I just went through the process. I didn't like rush myself. I didn't say like, oh, I have to do this by this age, or I have to do this by this month. I just let it happen, you know. So I just went to work every day. I was working at Lowe's at the time and stealing hours. Like if they didn't even need me, I would still just be on the clock, like sweeping, just figuring out something to do, because I was saving my money because I know I wanted to buy my car, and I had to get up out of there. So all those little things just kind of like added up to where I am today. And I saved my money. I bought my Audi. And yeah.
Because I'm listening to your list and I'm like, he did that, he did that, he did that, he did that. So when you look back and you're like checking stuff off the list and you're checking stuff off the list, are you adding more things to the list as you check things off? Yeah.
So as I started to like get down to the nitty gritty, I just started to think like, okay, like what's next? And I hate that like I do that sometimes. Like it may be like the Aquarius in me, because like I'm never satisfied with what's going on in the moment.
We're not.
And it's like I'm always kind of like just chasing what's next, you know? So it could be people telling me 200 congratulations on something. I'm just like, okay, well, what's next? You know, I want something bigger. But what I'm learning now, and this 2025, 27 years old, like I'm learning to be happy in the moment, because like it's beauty in the journey. You know, you don't want to get to the end goal and then you still unhappy with what you've done, because you've done so much. If you look back, you've done, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to ever look back, because if you just look forward, you know, you come further than you have to go. So that's just something that helps me just be okay with like, you know, everything that is going on.
We're always thinking about what's next, but I think it's important to do that because it prevents us from getting complacent.
Yes.
And it prevents comfort zones, because I think a lot of people get into a comfort zone and they sit there, and then when it's time to like move out of it, they're so scared because that's been familiar for so long. And it's like, can I really? Yes.
Right.
Yes. So I think it's very healthy that you're always thinking about what's next. So it's good. It's good. All right. So we got to talk, because I've been watching soap operas my whole life, y'all. Like literally, I can remember my grandmother As the World Turns, like literally. So this young man is on one of a very like groundbreaking soap operas, because it's called Beyond the Gates, and it's one of the first soap operas to really focus on an affluent Black family as the core family. If you ever watch soap operas, there's always that one family that's the rich family, that's the influence that everyone wants to be a part of. That they have, of course, they have their natural enemies and all that stuff, but they're the family you want to be a part of. Typically, it's not a Black family. And so this soap opera is focusing on an affluent Black family, and it's amazing. I mean, they're senators, there are doctors, and they're psychiatrists. They are like affluent, they're influential, and it's huge. And even their family being like the historical, like foundation for the community that they live in. So this is like unheard of. Talk to us about Beyond the Gates. CBS, 2:00 weekdays. Talk to us about Beyond the Gates.
Yeah, so it is really interesting how it came about. And like I said, like with God, you can do anything, because like sometimes I'm in between periods. I don't know when my next gig is gonna come, but fortunate enough for me, like the ball just keeps on rolling.
Yeah.
So this was about, I want to say like August. Antoine was already done being filmed. We finished filming in August. And, you know, like I said, I was already on to the next thing. That was getting aired in February. So I was pretty much just like, oh, I'm sorry. By this time, Antoine had already been out for 6 months. So I was kind of looking for my next best thing. And so I got a call from somebody named Marika, somebody that I'm like really close to when it comes to like the acting industry and stuff. We've done a few projects together. And basically she works for a casting company now. And so she called me. She said, hey, I think you'll be a really good fit for this new show that they're doing. I had no idea what the show was, what it was called. I didn't know anything about it, because sometimes they mask the titles. Like it won't be the exact title of what the show is. So, you know, you just never really know what you're walking into until you get a breakdown of the script and like the character analysis and all that good stuff.
Right.
So she's like, yeah, I think you'll be a good fit for it. I want you to, send in your headshot, send me your resume, and let's just see. And, the directors had to review it, so it wasn't really like a guarantee.
Right.
But once I send it in, like I just kind of let it do its own thing. I don't really like sit and like over invest in it. Yeah. So I just let it rock, and then like a few days later, maybe like 5-6 days later, she's like, yeah, they loved your pictures, they loved your demo reel, they want to work with you. So they brought me on, and at first I was only booked for like maybe like a day or two, and after my first day, I remember like my rate had changed when I got my second email to film my second day, and like I said, I didn't really know what the show was, what it was, or how big it was gonna be, or if it was like, I never been a part of a soap opera, so it was like I was just kind of going with the flow. And as time started to go on, like that night, they sent me an email in regards to the next day, and they were like, "Hey, we want to make you Taft Hartley." And what Taft Hartley is, it's like actors who are non-union. It gives them the ability to work on union projects.
Okay.
So what that did is it gave me a bigger rate, and it also gave me the opportunity to be seen on camera. I had to sign like all the production agreements in regards to CBS and all that good stuff. And then it also gives me the ability to, if the director sees fit, he'll, throw me some lines or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
So like I said, I didn't know how long this was going to be. I thought it was just going to be like another show. I'm here, there, maybe a day or two. And then with the Taft Hartley agreement, that came with me being a reoccurring actor. So my character's name is Shiloh, but he is basically like, well, he's not necessarily named yet.
Yeah.
But there is a scene where Danny calls me over by my name tag. Because sometimes they'll switch the name tags out, but it's kind of like, it's the beauty in it. Like I said, like, things aren't established because we're going as time goes. We film, the show airs every day.
Right.
So we're constantly filming. I film like twice a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And yeah, so basically, one day, like we were filming, and she was just like, "Oh, Shiloh, like such and such." So we just went with it. So now every day they give me like the same name tag, and then we just kind of play off of that. But
that's
like,
your name now.
Yeah, like the directors don't know what we're doing, but it's like certain people on the cast and like behind the scenes, like they're trying to do certain things. So it's really cool.
See, that's what happens when you got that favor, and people just be like, "We gonna put you on the show."
Yeah.
I love that. Mm-hmm. So Danny is played by Carla Mosley. And she is a phenomenal actress. She
Absolutely
has played on Daytime before. I was telling him before we got started with the show today, she was on Bold and the Beautiful, and that's one of the soap operas that I paid attention to.
Yeah.
She played an iconic role of being a transgender woman and bringing that to the forefront, and the battles that community faces. And she did a beautiful job representing them. So seeing her back on TV is like, yes. She's so super cool. So I think that's amazing. Yeah. Now you work with like some Black royalty on this show. Yeah. If you ever watch Amen, the Reverend, the pastor is on Beyond the Gates now. Mm-hmm. So what was that like seeing some of them? Because I know you've seen them in other things, other projects. So what was that like, walking on set and then like actually seeing them? Yeah.
So it's funny because my first day on set, like I didn't know who was going to be a part of the project. I didn't have any information. I was just there to show up, be the waiter. That was it. My suit wasn't even tailored the first episode. Like we were just going with the flow, like
throw this on.
Yeah, but then I guess I did a good job, and they were like, okay, we want to keep him. So we ended up getting like my outfit tailored to me, and then like they gave me like a name tag on my wardrobe and all that stuff. So I'm like, okay, it's just starting to be something. But then once certain people started to come on set, I just really started to understand. Like I was kind of asking little questions here and there, like, so when is this air? Like, what is it going to be like? And I didn't know, but it's just amazing to be around them because, like what I was telling you earlier, like a lot of them they see it for me, so they're investing like advice to me, like they don't have to. Like one of the brothers on the show named Maurice Kelly, he actually came to like we have like a little area. It's like a conference room. It's a beautiful building, Assembly Studios in Doraville. He came to the conference room and he called me out and he was like, I want to talk to you for a second. He was just asking like, where I wanted to go in my career, what directions up. And he just gave me all the advice. Like, don't do this, take this risk, do this, don't sign this, like all of that. He didn't have to, so it's definitely a blessing to be a part of this. It's a blessing to, I guess like have the privilege and the favor to, like be around so many people who actually care because they could just go to work and do their job and they didn't have to acknowledge me, but it's like it feels like a family. It feels like I belong, you know?
Yeah.
So it's definitely really interesting, and like now, like they know me on like the first name basis. Like they see me, they get excited. I see them, I get excited. So it's like, you know, I belong.
Yeah.
And it's just a good feeling.
I love that. And I think it's really cool that, because you've had that happen on a couple of other sets where people have kind of like pulled you to the side and they've seen the star. They've seen, you know, where you can go, and they've seen your potential. I think that's awesome, because unfortunately, sometimes people get jealous, and for you to be around people who are secure enough in who they are and what they do to share with you. Like, I feel like people who don't share are weirdos.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's enough out here for all of us to be able to be successful.
Right.
So for people who don't share advice, I'm like, you're a weirdo. I don't understand you. So I love that you're around people who are willing to do that for you. And I think that's super cool. So we're going to take a quick break. And then we're going to come back with Mr. Nydell Nalls, and we're going to talk more about some of his projects off camera, because your boy is busy. Like, he literally has a lot going on. So when we talk about schedules, we be like, when can you? Right, so right. we got to talk about what he's doing off camera as well. So we'll be right back. This is Dilyns Dive Bar Season 3, Mr. Nydell Nalls.
When it's time to celebrate a milestone, do it in style. Posh Event Center can design a party to turn 40, 50, 60, and beyond with a theme or other unique event decor.
Welcome to an experience with All That Jazz Entertainment House, where you get great customer service, great establishment, great leadership, great staff. Did we mention the catering, the ambiance, the vibe? All of this stems with great cocktails, great mixes, great mixologists with a great leader. All That Jazz Entertainment House. Contact Randy Glover for booking.
Commercial for the cologne that Mr. Nydell Nalls has done, and I told y'all he's doing big things. He's off camera doing stuff. All right, so talk to us about Del Air. Come on, I like that play on words. I caught that. I
was kind of like playing around with different names, and then like I was talking to my friends, and they were like, "Del is in the air," and I was like, "I like that."
Okay.
And I was just like, as long as I don't get sued by Bel Air, we're good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They be like, wait.
right. But this idea came to my mind just out of nowhere before I actually got here, before I moved to Atlanta. And it was something that I kind of like, I put it off for a while. And I was like researching like different bottles, different scents, different fragrances, different notes. What do people like? You know, what's good for each season? What's good for this season? You know what I'm saying? So I did like a lot of extensive research. I was going to like fragrance stores in Jersey and North Bergen and stuff like that. And it wasn't until I got here where I just got a gust of wind, and I'm like, let's just do it. Like, it's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt you. You know, it doesn't hurt to try. If you fail, you fail. You get what I'm saying? But it wasn't a failure. I sold out of every single bottle. And it was just a really good learning curve for me, because like now I feel like I can do anything, you know?
Absolutely.
But it is one of those things where like I'm like a perfectionist. Like I don't want to just put something out just to put it out. Like I want people to buy stuff, of course, because they love me, but I want them to love it. You get what I'm saying? So this is just like a start of so many other great things that I think that I'll be capable of doing.
Now, I like the fact that you went a different direction, because right now, like I said before, spirits are like really, really huge. Everybody wants, their own alcohol brand. So you went a total different direction and did a cologne. Yeah. Why venture to the colognes versus something else that most people were already doing?
Yeah. So it's funny because at first, I'm really into like hats and stuff. Maybe you see me like I always got like a hat on. And at first, I was reaching out to like a lot of people who were in charge of like the new era fitteds and stuff like that. And I was actually getting some feedback. Like, I was reaching out to them on LinkedIn, like, hey, I just graduated college. I'm a young black man from Jersey. Like, I was selling it, you know. And
give me a chance.
Yeah, I was actually getting some feedback, and I actually ended up getting a message back from like the CEO, but he had just stepped down like a few years prior.
Wow.
And he pointed me to the direction of who was supposed to be the person that would, you know, be able to respond back. And it was a black guy. So I'm like, I'm in there, like, you know, and I reached out to him and he never responded. Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. But we ain't gonna fault him. Everybody's busy, you know, doing their thing. So I was just thinking, like, okay.
You're giving grace. I love it.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. Because really I could have started it on my own, but I didn't know how like trademarking and stuff like that works. I didn't really want to try it. I didn't really want to go into it.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, what else can I do? Like, I'm into clothes, I'm into fashion. That's cool. I was actually like, okay, I like to drink, but I don't want to make any liquor or anything like that. So I'm like, what can I do that's different that a lot of my peers aren't doing right now? So I said, fragrance. Like, fragrance has always been something that's been a part of my life. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember like when I was younger, I would be like 12, 11 years old, and like my aunt Tish, my dad's sister, she would buy me like cologne for Christmas. Or like my dad would give me like some of his scents and stuff like that, and people would be like, "You smell so good." So it was just something that I always took pride in, but it just started to make sense. So I'm like, do something that's true to you, right, and something that you can expand on, and that's how we got here.
All right. So you did research on bottles.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this lovely bottle here, okay, and we have our D right here.
Mm-hmm. It actually says Del Air, but you can't really see it. This one is a little faint, but you can see like the E, the L. It has like the whole thing in here.
I love that. All right. We got the gold on the top. Okay. I love the design of this bottle. So how did we come up with the design of the bottle?
I just wanted something that was like sleek. I didn't want anything that was like too extra. I didn't want to like have like anything that just wasn't right for the time being. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I wanted it to be like easily marketable. Like, I didn't want to do nothing too extra, you know?
Got you.
And so I just went for it, and
now we got to smell it.
Yeah.
Look at you. So ain't nobody in here for me, so I can do it if I want to.
You can have it if you want. It's yours.
I get gifts.
It's yours.
This smells so good. All right, talk to us about the scents, the aromas.
Yeah, so one thing that I always love is like linen scents. I love like the lemon fragrance. I love like the little woods, musk undertones. Nothing too heavy, nothing too harsh. Like, I never was a type that like any of like the brown smells. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm more like a cool blue type of aqua vibe. So I just wanted to kind of embody that. And I just started looking up like things that people like YSL is one of my favorites. Burberry Touch is one of my other favorites. Things like that. And I just kind of listened to like, I watched a lot of YouTube videos. It was like black men who like this fragrance and they like this fragrance. So I said, how can I combine this idea and this idea? Yeah. And then I just kind of went for it.
Now I need y'all to understand. So I sprayed it, and it wasn't an immediate scent, and it's lingering, but it's very pleasant. It's not too heavy, but it's very pleasant, and it's very clean and fresh. I like that. This smells good.
I did the thing. Did some research.
This is why I like being a host of the podcast. I get gifts.
Yep.
So I'm definitely I love that. So is there a chance of this going into doing other things as far as expanding the line, maybe like a lotion or a body wash or things of that nature?
Absolutely. So it's definitely something that I've been working on the past like year. You know, this has been out for about a year and some change now. But I kind of want to just like, I want to make it big. Like, I want to be in stores. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see it. So, you know, I just want to be able to market myself. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. I love acting to death. I love it. But I want to be a brand. Yeah, I want to be the mogul. I want to be the brand. I don't want to have to wait for opportunities. I want the opportunity to be within me. So I'm definitely going to expand and do some more exciting things and just, you know, showcase what I'm capable of.
Yes. All right. So outside of the cologne, you have a lot of sponsors. Right. Sponsorships with like different clothing lines. Talk to us about that.
Yeah. So it's funny because I was ignoring so many emails for so much time. I didn't know how much money was in my email, which is crazy. And so a lot of times we do that. You got to check your junk and your spam.
Check it.
Sometimes that stuff is legit, you know. And I just kind of started to, you know, get more in tune with like what I wanted to do and how I wanted to expand, you know, my name and my brand. And I was like, okay, well, I can be a sponsor for this brand. And it really started to get serious once I did like a little partnership with Boohoo Man. And they sent me some clothes. I'm actually wearing them right now. And you did actually guess that earlier. But Yeah, so they sent me like maybe like 8 items. Gunna did a collab with them. I had like some items from his brand, from his part of the line, and I would just make like little like reels and create it, put that together. Excuse me, and then I would just post it on Instagram, and then like the feedback that I was getting, like the outfits that I was putting together, like people started to love it.
Yeah.
And so from there, like people just started to reach out to me, like, hey, I have this T-shirt that I'm making, and I want you to promote it for me, and I'll send you like $150, and I'm just like $150 to take a picture. I'm like, cool.
Absolutely.
So, but it's a difference between just like doing something to do it and doing it with passion behind it. So like I always treat anything like, it doesn't matter how much one is paying me over the other. I still get my hair cut. I still would treat it like, you know what I'm saying? Like a certain level of professionalism, because that's how I would want it if I was reaching out to somebody on the behalf of my brand.
Right.
So I just kind of
looking crazy and raggedy on Instagram. Yeah, buy this T-shirt. What is that? Come on now.
Yeah, so I just kind of like everything that I'm a part of, I just treat it as if it's mine, because my name is on the line.
I like that. I think like even when we're like employees, that's the best way to treat it. You know, the business is yours.
Right.
Like most people will think, you know, dang, you do a lot right now. Yes, because even though I'm in somebody else's space, I'm here.
Right.
So you got to treat it with respect. And that is always reciprocated. So when you become the one that's in charge, then people start to respect and protect your brand.
Right.
Like I noticed I was like some of my employees, they'll be like, no, we can't do that because we can't, you know, that's not a part of all that jazz. That's not what we do. So it's very important to treat other people's business with respect. So I like that good work ethic. So you know I got to ask.
Let's do it.
You know I got to ask. Personal life.
Let's do it.
Talk to us.
No,
is there someone special?
Yeah.
Aww.
So it's funny because I think like in the past few years, I was so like used to just like being so open and like, oh, I'm going to post this girl. I'm going to post this girl. But then when I started to realize like everybody's not always happy for you. You get what I'm saying?
True.
Some stuff is better if you keep it to yourself until it's time.
Yeah.
So I think like with this situation right now, like I'm definitely like treating it a little bit better and a little bit different than I'm used to, because like I'm not like a possessive or jealous or any of that type of, that's not my vibe. You get what I'm saying? But it's like I like some things to be for me, and it's
you're
like
protective and that's private. That's okay. Protective and private are different.
I don't want to be like posted up with a shorty and then like everybody just going, because like they have a habit of doing that now. Like anybody I post, it could be like my freaking mom, my aunts, anybody, and they're like following them, and like I'm like,
who is that?
Chill. You know,
mind your business.
Yeah, so I like to keep some stuff to myself, but when the time comes, it's definitely going to be like a good moment for me to, you know, reveal what's going on.
It's so she understands that aspect. That it's not that I'm, you know, hiding you.
Right,
it's more just I'm protective.
Because the people who are important know.
Yeah.
Her family, my family. So it's like I don't have to like boast things on social media. My close friends, you know what I'm saying? So it's like things like that you don't have to worry about, because it's like
it's people who are supposed to know.
They know. Right. And it's a level of respect too. So even if the people who didn't know, it's still like, okay, I'm dealing with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be like, oh well, let me play it like I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just how I like to handle and conduct myself. I'm Aquarius, like I'm like outgoing, boisterous, but like some stuff I learned you got to keep it to yourself.
You do, and of course, being in this industry and being out in front, it's important to keep some separation.
Absolutely.
We talk about that. You know, in the bartending school, I tell them professional distance. You know, create a bartending social media versus having your regular social media.
Yep.
So when people are like, "Oh my God, I want to follow you," follow this bartending social media. You're not gonna get my family and, you know, pictures at home and all that stuff. Like, it's professional distance is important, and I think that's important, especially with your industry being out in front. So I think that's cool.
Yeah.
So the situationship, relationship, we'll call it whatever it is. Mm-hmm. We're at 6 months, 8 months.
I would say maybe like 9, 10, a little further than that. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. So good luck to y'all.
Thank you.
Good luck to y'all. I love that. All right, so we're gonna take one more break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna keep having this amazing conversation with Mr. Nydell Nalls, and we're gonna talk more about his amazing life and career and everything that's going on with him. This is Dilyns Dive Bar Season 3. We'll be right back.
great music and dope podcasts? BWNC Radio is where it's at. Black with No Chaser Radio. Download the app now. Come for the dope podcast. Stay for the dope music. Also available on Apple stores and Google Play stores. Welcome to an experience with All That Jazz Entertainment House, where you get great customer service, great establishment, great leadership, great staff. Did we mention the catering, the ambiance, the vibe? All of this stems with great cocktails, great mixes, great mixologists, with a great leader. All That Jazz Entertainment House. Contact Randy Glover for booking.
All right. Welcome back. All right, so this is Dilyns Dive Bar Season 3. We're here with Mr. Nydell Nalls. You just saw the commercials. We got cologne. We got acting. We got fashion.
Yep.
So, in 5 years, where do you want to see Nydell Nalls' name?
So, in 5 years, I want to see myself on a really big project, maybe a movie, maybe like daytime television with like some lines. You can go see me every day. My name's in the credits. I want to see like my businesses expand. I want to see me just really just embodying like everything, because I feel like I'm still in like, I always say this, I feel like I'm in the beginning phase, but yeah. I'm already doing it, but I just want to be able to acknowledge that it's happening and be comfortable with like, you did it. Yeah. And not like I'm trying to do. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. I have a lot of plans in the future. Like I want to have my own feature film. Like I don't just want to act. I want to be able to direct something. I want to be able to kind of create my own project, get my own numbers, get my own budget. Yeah. And be able to give other people opportunities too, because at the end of the day, that's really like something that drives me. When I first started, I didn't really realize that was something that was important to me. Being the youngest sibling, it's like you kind of like inadvertently be like you live under other people's shadow. And so for me, it was like, okay, what can I do that's inspiring to somebody else? Because like I feel like people that's older than me, they think that like, they're the authoritative figure, but how can I have some authority over my life? Right. And so in that aspect, it is working out, because like people who I went to high school with that were like younger than me and stuff, or like even my peers from like middle school, like I have a great relationship with a lot of people. Yeah. And I also think that that's why I'm becoming so successful, because I'm able to maintain great relationships. And it's just like it's a personality thing. Like people want to invest or be around people who are personable, that they can relate to. So I never want to be too high on the high horse. Like, I always want to be able to show love to people and be able to like, give somebody else a reason to believe or inspire somebody else. So, yeah. Absolutely. All right. So we were talking earlier, and I told you I have to run this calendar. He has, just several things coming up. So talk to the people. All right, you have so many things coming up, so many things you're involved in. I'm super proud of him. Like you out here doing it. So keep that in mind while you're doing this. Yeah. All right, run this calendar, sir. What we got coming up? So on the way here, I just got asked to be a part of like a feature film. It's like a featured role. It's just like a scene with me and some doctors in the conference room. So I'm filming that on Friday. I've been doing some commercials. I did 2 commercials with Auntie Anne's Pretzel. That was really exciting. The first one just came from me auditioning, and then, like I said, being personable and being there. One of the women who are part of the casting, she's from Jersey, and it's a white woman, but she was like, we just bonded, and Aww. So she looked out for me. She sent me like another audition. I didn't get that one, but then the third one she sent, third time's a charm. She was like, we definitely want to bring you back in. And it's just an amazing experience to be able to, get these opportunities just off, being able to be in the same space as people and they just receive me well. Yeah. So that's exciting. I also have been doing like small little like ads for Prize Picks. They're like small sponsorship posts. They go like on like Twitter ads and like TikTok ads. One of them got like 10 million views already. So wow, that's exciting. Yeah, it is exciting. That's a lot. Yeah, so people send me like that stuff, but it's like one of those things I just kind of put in the back of my head. I'm like, just still focusing.
Checking it off the list.
Yeah. But it's exciting that like my people get to see me in real time and they get to see like my work ethic and stuff like that. So definitely happy about that. So we have Auntie Anne's, we have the Prize Picks ads, we have the short film that I just did recently. That was exciting. I played the character Aaron, and I'm actually gonna be posting about that soon because I haven't even posted it yet. But it is released and it's out there. I'll send it to you tonight.
Yes, and we will post it.
Yeah.
We support Nydell Nalls.
Right. And I'm working on a stage play.
Okay.
Yep. So that's gonna be it's gonna debut May 31st, and it's called 5 Reasons Why He Won't Marry You.
All right. So women, we just gonna take a notepad and pen.
Yeah. So, and it's interesting because I'm actually closing out the show, so I'm really nervous about that.
What?
Like, I'm the last like 5 pages, and I'm just like, ugh. Damn, it's a lot of responsibility, but I am excited for that. So I've been practicing for that. We had 2 rehearsals so far. And basically this whole month of March, every weekend is going to be me dedicating myself to my stage play. So I'm definitely excited about that. I also just got greenlit for another feature film where I'm the main character. It's going to be called Black Summer. And I start filming this summer. And we're going to film from maybe like July into the fall.
Yeah. So
that's exciting. And I also just got an offer. I don't know how I don't want to speak too much on it yet, but I did get an offer about filming a SAG. It's like a micro budget project, but it's gonna be filming in Miami.
Come on, welcome to Miami.
Yeah, so
all right.
I'm excited about that, and I'm just waiting on a little bit more details. And yeah, we're getting the ball rolling. Still working with Beyond the Gates with CBS, so that's exciting. And just kind of like building those relationships, Yeah.
I'm so proud of you. So guys, when you get out there and see his name, go ahead and buy tickets, post stuff, buy cologne or body washes or whatever he got. If he tell you to go buy Q-tips, go get them, okay? Because you're putting money in this man's pocket. So we're going to finish out with quick questions. Sure. All right? So this is going to be like, I'm going to ask him a couple questions. You got to answer the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay.
All right. Spring or summer?
Spring. Minus the allergies. I'll be jacked up. The allergies, the whole April, I'm just miserable.
No.
Yeah, but I love spring so much. I love like the breeze and then the sunlight and then the flowers and everything blossom.
All 3 of my siblings have allergies. So I just it's terrible.
But I do love spring.
All right, favorite holiday?
I would say Thanksgiving.
You like to eat?
Yeah, I like to eat and I like to see my family and spend time with them and drink.
All right, so early bird, night owl.
Night owl for sure. I'm an Aquarius.
I mean, I kind of knew that, but yeah, absolutely. All right. Favorite food?
I have a few. So I love fried chicken, homemade fried chicken, homemade baked macaroni and cheese. I'm really into brisket right now.
Brisket is a bomb.
Yeah,
like, please
that's
don't
one of like
brisket.
my guilty pleasures. Like I've been trying to stay away from it because I'm about to get back in the gym real heavy.
Because brisket will have you. Brisket will have you messed up.
Yeah, it's like once I start eating it, I just don't stop.
Because it's so good.
Yeah, but I could say I have a lot like shrimp, seafood boils, maybe. Yeah.
All right. So tropical island, mountain resort.
Mountain how? Like
Aspen.
The woods. I'll say tropical island for sure. My whole Instagram is me on the tropical island.
It is.
it is. I have a reputation for like my birthdays. Like I like to spend it on an island. I love my family. I love my friends. But it's like I'll spend one night with them leading up to my birthday. But I want to be on the island. I want to be in the sun.
Even though he's born in February, he wants to be on the island.
Right? Yeah. I'm trying to escape the cold. I don't want to be.
You know what?
Cold.
I took my birthday is like 10 days before his.
Yeah.
One of my birthdays, I went to Colorado. I was like, we're going to Denver. So
I was gonna do that last year, but it was I'll tell you later. But yeah.
You and these
trying to get black people together is just one of them things.
You and these stories. But like we went and like me and my brother were like, we were ready to do like outside stuff. My parents was like, it's cold.
Yeah.
And like my mom had her fur coat. It snowed and everything.
Yeah. Like,
I was on cloud 9. She was like,
when you get to the cold, you gotta be down for the cause or just don't do it at all.
We actually did archery while we were there.
I would
inside.
Do that.
It was cool. My brother was like Robin Hood. I'm like, have you been doing archery like without us knowing? And he was like, nah. He's just like naturally good at everything. So we did that, but like I want to go back when it's warmer because like they were not doing the hike up the mountain.
Yeah.
Because they were like it's like a hike, and then when you
gotta
get
go
to the
down the
top
slope
of
and all that.
but like when you get to the top, it's like tacos and tequila at the top,
Oh,
and
I've
I'm
been up
like,
there.
y'all don't understand the reward once we get to the top,
Yeah.
and they were looking at me like we don't care, and I'm like, oh, so I'm gonna have to go when it's a little warmer,
Right. Yeah.
so I can go do that. But yes, okay.
I do love skiing though, but I would still pick a tropical island.
Now, do you know how to ski?
I went, so we did a class trip in high school, like before I graduated, and then we learned, and then I was supposed to go back like 2 months ago, but I didn't. But I think I got the gist of it. I think if you know how to roller skate, you know how to rollerblade, you could kind of get like, it's all about having balance.
So I'll be honest, I do not know how to ski. Freshman year in college, they took a whole ski trip, and I was like, let me go try something new. I stayed on the bunny slopes with the kids, and I stayed on my behind the whole time. It was like, got up, and it was like, oh, we doing good, boom. Oh, we doing good, boom. I was like, maybe I should stop saying that. It didn't matter. I still hit the ground, but I could always say I went skiing.
Exactly. As long as you did it once.
I was sliding, but I went skiing.
Yeah, that's all that matters.
All right. So, any last thoughts? So if you have someone who comes up to you and says, Nydell, I want to do what you do, what do you tell them?
It's funny. I would definitely say, just trust God, because like it can get a little shaky sometimes, and like you'll start to question yourself if you're even worthy, if you're in over your head, or if you know what I'm saying, like all those things they play in your head sometimes. I would also say like have a plan.
Yeah.
Don't tell yourself like, oh, I have to do this by 30, or oh, I have to do this by 35. Like just be. Don't try to like live up to an expectation, because then you let yourself down. You get what I'm saying? But if you have no expectations, not saying like, have a plan, but just don't have any expectations. So
those constraints of time.
Yeah.
It will get to you.
Yeah. And I'll also say, do your research and invest in yourself. Like that's one thing that I think some people don't really understand how I've gotten to certain points, but it's because I invest in myself. Like I don't deprive myself of anything. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I also don't like try to like overdo certain things. Like for me to be able to be an ambassador or to be promoting these clothing brands, like it's a plus for me because I love clothes. I get free clothes. I don't have to spend money on clothes. You get it? So it's like try to find ways to be an asset to other elements of your life. That's gonna help, like, you know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Create the full story. Yeah, and I'll just say like just believe that you can do it. Do your research. Look up people who are just like you, who come from similar backgrounds. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to reach out to people via LinkedIn, via email, Facebook. Like you'll be surprised on the people who are receptive to you, reaching out to them and stuff, and just be fearless. Yeah. Like don't listen to other people's limitations of what you can do, or if you're capable of doing it, or if it's not bringing in enough money at the time. You get what I'm saying? But if you're passionate about something, if you want to be a freaking painter, you have to work on your craft, but also you have to understand that one day when you do get that big portrait, it's going to sell. Yeah. You can't listen to people just say, oh, it's not lucrative. Everything's not going to be lucrative when you first start. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's just about how you brand yourself, how you market yourself. And, that's the most important thing that I would definitely say. I got to look in the camera when I say this.
Talk to them in the camera.
Marketing yourself is most important. How you carry yourself, like, it wouldn't make sense if I came in here today and I was funky, right? You get what I'm saying? Like I'm promoting a cologne, but I smell good too. You get what I'm saying? It's like you got to sell the part too. Like get your hair cut. Like don't deprive yourself of things that you need. And if you can't do certain things, like learn how to do them yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm getting ready to learn how to do my own because I don't have hair. I don't have hair and makeup on every set. So sometimes I gotta trim up myself. You get what I'm saying? But it's like you got to be okay with that being your reality, because one day you're not gonna have to do it, but you have to show people that you're willing, that you're humble, and that you have what it takes. It's plenty of people who are the same height as you. They might look like you, same skin tone, same skin color, same background. They might talk like you, dress like you. How are you gonna stand out? Right. So just like be the person that is like courageous, be kind, don't follow other people's ways of being, be somebody that's like memorable, and everything else will start to trickle. I love it. It's like a domino effect.
I love it. All right. So that's words of wisdom from Mr. Nydell Nalls. And he's living that. So this is not just, lip service. This is something that he is doing. So I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
And I cannot wait to see all the other things that you are going to be doing. So check him out on CBS Beyond the Gates weekdays at 2:00 Eastern Standard Time. So wherever you at, just check your time slots.
Yep.
All right. Look out for his stage play. If you have not seen Antoine, where can we find Antoine? Tell him where we can find you.
So we can find Antoine on Amazon Prime and also Tubi. And my Instagram is That's Dell, THATSDELL. And I pretty much have like my whole little resume on there. I have like a link in my bio, a link tree in my bio. We can find all my projects. Like I've done like YouTube skits and stuff like that. And and be on the lookout for Black Summer. That's definitely gonna be coming soon, maybe 2026 early, maybe the end of 2025. And yeah.
You can also find that Auntie Anne's commercial on there. I saw that today.
Yeah.
So I'm again proud of you, and whatever you do, guys, remember he told you to market yourself. That's super important. Yep. And I think it's important that we know what you said about reaching out to people. Don't be afraid. There are some people who are literally waiting to be able to share their experience. All they need is somebody to talk to. So reach out. Don't be afraid. Don't assume that they're not going to talk to you because you're not known.
Right. Because we're all, honestly, essentially, we're all here to help each other. Like, I wouldn't be where I am if it wasn't for people like Randy who like are caring. They have a platform, they have a purpose, like they want to promote other people's brands and stuff like that. And it's also important because like we all need each other. So it's like the same way like I'm here and she's shedding light on me, I want to shed light on her. She's an amazing person, she's caring, she's driven, you know what I'm saying? Like it takes a lot to be in front of these cameras and these lights all the time. And that's something that people really don't understand. It's like once you start to be in front of that camera at all times, it's kind of like the humanity level for you goes down. They don't see you as human.
Right.
Like you could have a damn booger in your nose and they're like, oh yeah, booger. It's like you just had one this morning, but you picked it out on the highway. Like, don't be like that.
It's like you could have moved it to the side and been like, yo.
Yeah, like we all human. We all human.
Yeah.
This is our first time at this experience. So it's like, just be able to be there for other people and just,
I love that. All right, so guys, remember, check out Mr. Nydell Nalls, all of his different projects. Dilyns Dive Bar Season 3, y'all know the vibes. So we will be back next week with another special guest, new cocktails, all that good stuff. In the meantime, you can catch us on Spotify and YouTube. And remember, you were designed to thrive. Stick to the plan. This is Dilyns Dive Bar, and we out. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.